All right, come to order. Good evening. This is the Rhinebeck Town Board meeting on July 8th, 2013, and we'll begin with a pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to offer a moment of silence for Mr. Robert Winnie. He's been a public servant from our communities for decades. He served as the village attorney for, I think, I'm going to say at least 20 years, maybe 30 years. He was also a distinguished veteran. He served in the Army Air Corps during World War II, so he passed away this past week, and we want to offer a moment of silence for him. Thank you very much. We have a couple of, we don't have many announcements, but I can tell you that in the next couple of weeks, the Rhinebeck German exchange students will be here from Rhinebeck. They'll be throughout our streets and the communities, so if you see some groups of young people with musical talents, they'll be our German exchange students visiting us from Rhinebeck, Germany. I want to thank Trooper Joe Benzinger of the New York State Police. He's a diver, and he was able to retrieve for us a valuable part from the bottom of the river belonging to the kayak docks. So we want to thank Joe for his work on the 29th of June. And the, is this something else?
No, that's
Okay,
that's
all
fine.
right, sure.
I'm sorry, Tom, what did he retrieve?
He retrieved a piece of hardware for the kayak docks that had fallen into the river, and he did it for, of course, no charge to the town, so.
$900 worth of hardware.
Anybody have announcements?
Nope.
Okay. So, on to approval of the minutes from the June 24th, 2013 Town Board meeting. A motion and second.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed? And that's so moved. Anybody have liaison reports this month?
I'll just give you an update. Summer camp is going much better than expected. We staffed to 75, minimum of 75, and we're at 105 this week so far. Last week was up, so there's more kids coming out for camp. The pool seems to be filling up much more, but I think that's the weather. So it's looking like a good year despite the weather.
Tech, we got the grant, the joint village-town grant for our tech initiative into the county on the 28th. So it was very,
Job on that.
thank you.
And when would we hear?
September, I'll check in with Owen Rafter
Good job.
next week.
I had one more, sorry. The dog park, a grant matching what the town has put in is going to come through.
Oh, great.
I don't want to announce it yet because we haven't seen the check, but it's looking really, really good.
For like $3,000?
No, more, 5.
Wow, money.
And they're still doing the fundraising, so we should be in good shape with that.
Great.
With respect to affordable housing, at the meeting this week of the committee on Thursday, Ted Fink is supposed to give us his comments on the draft, and then we'll bring it to the board afterwards, depending on what he says.
All right. So moving on to business items, we have a resolution approving vouchers, abstract 7, vouchers V615 through V674 in the amount of $62,926.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes. Custom link for 54150. I don't know what that
Which
is.
page was that, Elizabeth?
Custom link, it's alphabetical.
Got it.
I don't think there was no signature on it, and it didn't say what it was for, so I didn't approve it.
Were those for the Red Hook, Rhinecliff Water Days, Waterfront Days? Because I know we had to send that in without having a signed voucher, and they called for permission, but they made the money back.
Okay, I didn't know. That's why I didn't sign off on it because I
I
didn't
just
know.
can't confirm that that's the company, but it looks like the right amount.
It was, Patricia Wynn was on it, so
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Okay,
Okay.
I didn't see that. And then there was a,
So we can pay that?
Yeah. They're paying it back,
Yeah.
the proceeds, so.
and there was no signature on a Home Depot charge. So I did not sign off on that. It was $269.
Oh, yeah, you know, that is actually the air conditioning for downstairs. The air conditioner in the basement had failed or broke, and
We just need a
signature.
authorized signature on
I
it.
sign that.
And then Gina, you need to sign off on the RP Hubble invoice. I believe you were looking into that. That's all I had.
Okay. So, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? That is so moved. Item 2 for business is resolution approving preliminary capital project for 2013, abstract for $47,750.85.
Motion.
Second.
Discussion on that?
Bruce, I saw your note on VRI, and is that your note or was that Joe's note?
Asking for the 500 to
Yeah.
be withheld. That was Joe's.
That was a
VRI.
question to Shelley. Did we ever withhold the 500?
Did you get an answer?
No, but, you know, since we have a recurring bill every month, there's no urgency in getting an answer, but we will.
Okay.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? That's so moved. Item 3 is a resolution approving the budget transfers and amendments.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Nope.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Item 4 is a resolution approving the telephone audit.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Well, just one question. This is very similar to the audit of Time Warner. John, we did send a letter to the, was it Public Utilities Commission asking them to audit?
Actually,
Are you talking about Time Warner or this telephone audit?
No, I'm talking about Time Warner.
yeah,
Can we finish the phone first?
You could, but we're going through a bunch of resolutions, and I'll probably forget my train of thought, so kind of indulge me.
I had several conversations with people in Albany about that, and I sent the board an email several months ago about it, but as I recall, I'll have to refresh myself on it, there was not a good reason to do it. The guy essentially dissuaded me.
We still have,
Well, this is the same kind
we
of
still
deal.
have the town resident who's volunteered to audit this, and Alan Shearer, and we should just check in with him.
Oh, okay,
and
is he
find out
doing
where he is.
anything? Okay.
I'll call him.
We can vote.
All right. I think that's 2 different issues, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, well, all in
This one's
favor?
good.
All in-
Aye.
Opposed?
Oh, I'm opposed.
Okay.
Why, Bruce?
Because this is a commercial, this is somebody coming...
Paying money to
Paying,
do it?
setting the terms, coming to us. We haven't shopped this at all. If it's necessary to do, we should be looking around.
I agree.
So that's why I'm voting no.
I'll vote no.
So I'll vote no also, so that resolution won't pass this time.
I totally agree with that. The same thing as how Alan Shearer's doing thing for cable, but do we have someone that will do it for
Well, Alan
this?
Shearer is a volunteer resident
I
who's
know.
taking on a project.
I know
Yeah.
that. I'm,
Yeah.
he's the one that came
Right.
to me with the complaint. But regarding this, for the telephone, do we have someone similar?
Well, they're asking for
They
50% of the
approached us.
savings.
They approached us. We didn't even go out looking.
I know that, but do we have someone that will look?
That's what the bid process is for, the quotes, getting quotes. You call around.
So you want to advertise for somebody to do
Or
an
call
audit?
around for a couple of quotes. You know, we don't know how much it's going to save or anything. We haven't
Would
done
we
anything.
call to find out if they're interested in doing it?
Look in the Blue Book. That's they have those consultants. You look online.
There's advertisements in Talk of the Towns, too.
So who's going to take on that responsibility of looking for
Telephone auditors.
somebody else who's going to do it?
Let's ask our business office to take care of it.
Okay, so we'll hold this over.
Maybe Rochelle can do it because she's shopping for cheapest price on maintenance supplies.
But okay, I mean we're just moving the problem. The problem came to the business office. It was submitted from the business office. This proposal.
Right.
So, maybe they will have the time to do it. Maybe we don't, and if they don't, they should come back to us and tell us.
Okay, you can ask John, if you can ask, maybe Kim can do it.
So are we voting this down? Is it
I'm voting it down.
all unanimously no?
Well, I hear 3-2 right now. I don't know if we want to hold it
I'm all
over.
for doing no if we can find somebody else to check into it.
It's voted down,
So
basically.
no, 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 no.
All right, so next item is approving salary increase for the Highway Department Secretary.
Motion?
Uh,
A second.
And this is about, this is moving a salary that's an increase for the probationary period that was set forth previously from $11 to $12 per hour. So motion is second. Any further discussion?
Kathy, I presume everything's good?
Yes, very, very pleased. Nicole Candidate is doing a great job. She's certainly learned, the functions of the town very well and working out very well. Very good.
It's very pleasant to deal with, too.
Yes, she is. Very Miami.
Yep.
Good. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Item 6 is a resolution relating to the payment for trucks for the Highway Department.
Motion?
A second.
Any discussion on that?
I'm on board with as it is presented. I've read Warren's brief. I've talked to Kathy. I read Warren's opinion to Bruce's point about,
Well, let's not say what the opinion was, because we don't want to blow attorney-client privilege, but
I said I
we're all
read his
comfortable.
opinion to Bruce's point, and I'm on board with it as presented.
So I'm not familiar with this, so I'll abstain from it. All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed? So moved.
We're going to have fun at budget time. That's the problem with this, but never mind.
Don't we always?
Yeah, but, okay. Let's keep moving.
Item 6 is a resolution relating to the payment of, or I did that, a resolution concerning tax tertiary proceedings. From the
A motion.
second. Any discussion on that?
I spoke to both our Karen Hagstrom, our certiorari attorney, and to the chair of our assessors department, and both are advocating for this settlement.
Okay. So individually, this is the item 7, so motion and second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. And item 8, the same, pertaining to a second certiorari proceeding. Motion and second.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Again, there's no payback on this. This is, we freeze it, and so this is good for us.
Okay. Item 9 is a resolution approving the hiring of a part-time recreation cashier. Motion and second.
Motion?
Second.
Any discussion?
Nope.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's so moved. Items for discussion, we have a presentation on historic preservations.
Right,
I'm
we
sorry,
took-
presentations for August 26th or September 9th.
Right, we talked at a past meeting about whether we wanted to have a historic preservation law and what kind, and we decided before we would do anything and think further about it, we would invite someone from the state historic preservation agency to come and talk to us. My understanding from him is there's a whole, if you wanted to legislate, there's a whole range of things you could do, from advisory only to the homeowner to you don't do anything without a permit from something we set up. I spoke with him and he's available to come and do a presentation on August 26 or September 9. These are regular board meetings. And I told him 15 minutes.
I think that we should hear from them, and I think September 9th would be preferable to 26th.
Is that Fair Week?
Fair Week.
I'm good with whatever you guys want to do. I'm fine.
So I'll invite him for September 9.
Okay. That's good with us. There's no need for a resolution on that. So. All right, item 2 for discussion is the number of the assessors.
I put this on because one of our very valued assessors is not running again. And last year during budget time, we had discussed what the trends were within the state with the real property tax law and the moving to one appointed or elected assessor. And I thought it would be a good time to bring it up in light of elections coming, and someone is, a valuable, long-standing elected official not running again. And I wanted to see if this is something we wanted to address before someone becomes invested in running in an election for this position. I spoke with the chair of our department, our assessor's department, about it briefly, and we'll speak with him again. I spoke with our certiorari attorney, who says that she doesn't really know of any other towns with a 3-person elected. And I spoke at length with Eric Axelson, who's the head of the real property taxation department in the county, and with the New York Association of Towns. We're an anomaly. In the county, it's only us, Milan, and Pine Plains who have the 3 elected officials. There are 22 assessing departments, 2 cities and 20 towns. The villages don't assess. 6 towns are involved in a CAPS program, which I'm also going to research. It's a consolidated assessing project, and there was financial incentive for that. And the balance of them all have 1 appointed or 1 elected official. It's a discussion item to see if we want to pursue it. The opinion of our county real property, the chair of, the head of the county real property, is that the 1 assessor who's appointed has more oversight from the state and it's a more rigorous position. They not only have to be certified, but they have to complete rigorous training every year, which elected officials don't have to do. So
Assessors do usually go to their training.
there's more rigorous, let me just get my notes. Mr. Axelson doesn't feel that there's a lot of difference between appointed or elected, but the upside is that we train 1 person, not 3 people. So he believes, or many people believe, that the professionalism of 1 highly trained person is preferable to 3 people who aren't mandated to attend the amount of training that 1 sole assessor is. They're vetted by the state more rigorously, and they have higher standards of continuing education. It seems to be his opinion and our certiorari attorney's opinion that it's a more rigorous standard.
Well, it sounds like we're way out of step if everybody else in Dutchess County has done it.
No, everyone except for us.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm trying to finish my sentence. I speak slowly, but I
Well, it's
do
not every-
eventually get to the end of the
No,
sentence.
just-
let's let Joe talk, all right? So we can-
That Pine Plains and Milan are not, they're lovely towns, but they're not leaders in the county. So I think there is a lot to be said to be in step with what everybody else is doing. So I think we really should consider it seriously. And I think there is an issue if we do go to one, whether it should be appointed or elected. I think we have to think about what the ramifications are. I think, though, we have to move with dispatch if we are going to do something on this, and I think we ought to get Warren involved in advising us on this, because there are legal steps involved.
Should I look into a CAPS program, which is the consolidated, there are only 6 entities in the county that do it. It's Wappingers and the town of Fishkill together, Fishkill and Beacon, LaGrange and Unionvale. There was a financial incentive to do this. I don't know if it exists anymore or what the financial incentive was. I have a call into the woman at the state who heads up the local program for that. It sounds complicated. We have to have similar equalization rates, and I don't know who we do it with, but I'll at least get the information.
Let's find out more about it, but I wouldn't make it too complicated
similar.
at this. It's complicated
100%.
enough
Yeah.
to decide what we want to do with the number of assessors, and if we decide we want to go with one, whether it should be appointed or elected.
Well, but with Elizabeth's point, if you go with caps, then you're agreeing to the same assessor as whoever your partner is. So you can't go with elected. So that solves that issue right there, or settles it.
What the cap is, you're tying into what some other town
No,
does?
you're sharing the
partnering.
assessor.
Well,
It's a coordinated assessing program, so you coordinate with another town and you agree to the same equalization rates. You similize your process for both towns. So really, we would have, I don't know if Red Hook's interested, but that would be the obvious choice for us. The other problem is that if we go with an elected, we've officially shut out. We have 2 highly qualified and very, valued assessors, and I don't know that they can run in an election this year. The appointed assessors are 6-year terms, and they all start October 1st, and they go for 6 years, and the whole state's on the same schedule.
I think we have to get Warren involved because there is a timetable.
I think we have to
You can't just get rid of
Yeah.
a position.
And we have to get our assessor's apartment, and I had a brief conversation with the chair and told him I'd get back to him, and I think we need to get the department involved.
Right.
Yeah, I think we ought to invite them to our next board meeting.
All right, I agree with that. I want to see some comments from the assessor's office. I think they've presented this in the past a couple times, and I think they presented a well case to have the 3 elected positions. And we're talking about elected positions, so it's a whole different ball game of, changing numbers. So it seems very early to do anything else other than to get more people involved in the concept. So we'll hold this over, table it, bring it up again.
This is
okay?
just a discussion.
Right.
In light of people maybe wanting to run in an election, I think it's fair to bring it up before an election, not after.
But I think if we do something, we ought to decide it sooner rather than later, because we do have these deadlines.
All right. Any further?
I will reach out to the chair of the department and
reach out to Warren to lay out what the procedures would be if we wanted to do it.
What's that? Okay. So that would end our discussion unless somebody has something new to bring up.
one thing. I saw our new maintenance department truck today.
Oh, nice.
Has everyone seen it?
It's red.
It's red.
What about the old maintenance department truck? Are we advertising for that and
We're
getting...
going to, we hadn't finalized whether you wanted me to hang on to it or not.
Yeah, no, I don't think we would.
Okay, so,
I don't think it's useful to us because it doesn't have everything.
There's a truck that Kathy does not need. That's a first.
no, I'd offered to hold on to it in case the trucks that we've ordered don't come in when we need to plow. And that's all, and it's
The
not,
number doesn't stand, so it doesn't help you.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the equipment.
We're gonna have a late winter this year.
And I accept Gina's offer of buying us 4 more new trucks.
Okay.
oh, that's right, I had to make a resolution, propose a resolution that the temperature in Rhinebeck can never go above 70.
Second.
Is that right?
I think that's the correct resolution.
Yes, Joe was trying to get me to do that today.
Any public comments from anything from the floor of the public? We're gonna have executive session after this, and I don't think we'll have a vote after that, right?
I don't think so.
No action.
All right. So motion and second to go into executive session pertaining to a personnel matter. Motion.
Well, number of personnel matters.
Number? Is it related to? Well, I don't know.
Bargaining unit,
Bargaining unit. Okay.
right?
Motion and second.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Opposed? So moved.